Yo, what's good? Welcome back to the Essential Wav channel. My name is Faded, also known as Faded Wave, and today I'm going to be bringing down how I made the Haarlemmerstraat sample by Levi. So for this sample, I made this back in 2023, and it was one of the first chill drill samples actually made. So the processing I do is very minimal, as I really didn't know what to do. But let's jump straight into the session. First of all, I just laid down these keys here. And just to break down these keys a little bit, all I've simply got here is a 9th chord, and then I've added this here, which is just the 5th, and this just makes up the 1st chord, and then here is these here, and I've added in this note just to add a little bit of suspense and tension. Then it walks down back into the melody. These chords are once again the same, and then over here I've just got it walking down, but I've made this a little chord here. This just fills out the melody a lot more, and it makes it easier to build on top of. As for effects, this is really simple. All I've got is a simple EQ on it, just cutting out some of the lows, and then a reverb which is turned down quite a lot but has a high decay just so it lasts a little bit longer, and I've turned up the low cut just so it doesn't spread into the lows. After that, I made this second piano version. This is basically the same one, but it has these chops here and here. These are mostly to change up the rhythm and just allow for a different section, which worked out great in the final song because it means the producer who made the beat could easily chop it up and make it sound less repetitive. After that, I just grabbed some simple strings, and I basically just used the chord notes which were already in it, and I just laid down this simple pattern. Now, the thought process behind this was having a very open chord at the beginning and then just having some suspense so it leads back into the main chords. As for effects, once again, I'm leaving it really simple, and I'm just cutting out some highs, cutting out some lows, and this is just giving it more of a washed out feeling. Also, forgot to mention on the piano, but I stereoed a little bit more just so it sounds a little bit wider, and then for these strings I put it in mono. This is so each instrument has a different space to where it can sit. It makes it easier to build upon. After that, as you can see here, I've actually rendered out the next part. This is because I'm using a demo version of the keys. But for the keys, all I've done is I've grabbed the same first original chord which was in the piano, and I've put it on the 2. And this happens both times in the 8 bars just to add a little bit of bounce to it. As for effects, all I've got is a Valhalla shimmer. This is just giving it more of a high and kind of glistening sound. And then I've got an EQ which I'm cutting out some of the highs. This is because I don't want this sound to feel like it's sticking out too much in the melody, so I've lowered it down to kind of level it with the rest of it. After that, I added in this really simple bass pattern. It's basically the same on all 8 bars. And for this, all I've really done is stick with the bass notes here and here and just repeat that throughout. And then I've had a little bit of a walk up and then walk down. I mentioned walk ups and walk downs quite a lot, but these are really fundamental in the chill drill, soul and R&B niche, as you want the melodies to be really cohesive and have rhythm and a direction of where they're leading to. And by direction, I mean it needs to have something where the listener can listen to it and instantly know where it's going to go next. Then for effects on this, all I've done is simply cut off some of the highs. This is because when it goes higher up, I still want that low subby sounding bass. Then the final thing I added to the sample was a simple choir, and this is the same chords as the main initial piano melody. Choirs and vocals are essential in these melodies, in my opinion. These just help it stand out more and make it sound a little bit more unique. Then once again for effects, I just cut out some lows for the EQ. And funnily enough, the reason why this did get placed and it did get put into a real song is because it wasn't a free kit. And the free kit was on essentialwav.com. So if you want any new sounds or to freshen your palette, visit essentialwav.com